Hi, and I'm Hallie. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be talking about why I no longer wear makeup. I have my little baby right here, so if you hear some sounds or see me jiggling her in her seat, you'll know what's going on. But as far as my perception of beauty and what I thought it originally was heavily residing on makeup and wearing makeup. And buying into the beauty industry as far as the advertisements that were in magazines and celebrity culture. And I'd say, the typical at the time when I grew up was long blonde hair, the Barbie image with, super skinny, all done up makeup every day. And I did grow up in the South for some part of my upbringing, and I think that that is a really important thing to note because makeup there is more important than it is in other places geographically. It is part of the culture to put your lipstick on before you leave. I know that kind of reigns true for a certain generation, but in the South, that is very much a saying that people speak to others about openly. Even if you're wearing makeup or not wearing makeup, it is just kind of how moms and grandmas talk in this generation. I was raised by a mom who wore makeup every day, no matter what. She would put it on. I'd say she didn't wear it when she was exercising. So as far as I was concerned growing up, I started wearing it around 9 years old, and around probably younger, probably like 7 or 8. And, playing with it, it was a part of my play when I was really young growing up. And then as I started to get older, I would put more on and use foundations and stuff, even when it was completely unnecessary at the time. Would use these things, and often the cheap, toxic, super toxic brands that you would get at the grocery store, at a pharmacy. And I would wear this every single day, sometimes multiple times a day, always had my nails painted, always had fake nails if I had the funds to do so, even from a really young age. So I really think I found that to be getting pretty was always the saying, is to get ready. Well, that's not really how it goes. You already are pretty, and you don't need to do something to yourself to make you look that way. And that was something that took a long time for me to realize. And I will say, with the help of my husband, who, when we met, I still wore makeup every day, and quite a bit of it. I would say I kind of weaned off of it through laziness as college went on, and as I started to get jobs, and just realized that, he loved me for me, and I could love myself for myself as well. But I used to wake up every morning at probably 5 a.m. before going to school at about 6:30, and do full hair and makeup every day. I mean, flat iron, curls, whatever it was, and a full face of makeup, make sure my nails were done. And I just cannot get over how much time and energy this took. And, going in the mirror and checking that my makeup looked good throughout the day, and just the mental energy that was required of me at this stage in life when I could have been focusing on so many other things. But I don't regret it. I think it was a very important part of the journey and to how I feel now about myself. And I wouldn't trade it for the world. So I'd say a lot of it was spawned through my getting to know my husband when I was younger and us dating. And I'd say the second part of what spawned it was just laziness. And I know that sounds crazy, but I just didn't have the energy to be waking up as early as I was, especially when I was working 2 or 3 jobs at the time. And I was starting work really early in the morning, around 5 or 6. So I wasn't going to wake up at 4 o'clock just to get ready for the day. So that is when it started my excitement for getting pretty started waning. And the less makeup I wore and the less I did to myself, the more I realized it did not matter. And I actually felt better, and I felt more in tune with myself the less I was changing about myself on a daily basis, or like telling myself I needed to change on a daily basis. But also with laziness, I just didn't want to learn the methods. I didn't want to gather the supplies. I didn't want to study what I needed to study in order to know how to do makeup that would look really good. So it was just a different mindset than I wanted at the time. At the time, I was just hustling, working, going to school, and I didn't want superficial perceptions of myself to be my priority. I do think I started to prioritize skincare over makeup, so I did start to invest in some really non-toxic, non-heavy chemical products that were really good for my skin, and I did end up healing a lot of my skin problems. I had cystic acne for a long period in high school, and I even went on pharmaceuticals to try and fix that. It did not work, and I think a lot of that was fixed through maybe a changed perception of myself and also changed products, better quality products, and that really helped me feel better about not wearing makeup as well. As I also, as far as laziness, disliked taking the makeup off. I still do. I feel like it's a long process to take everything off and clean your face and finally like feel rid of it all, and I don't like that ritual in the evening either. And as far as the art aspect of makeup goes, I know that some people are really into it. For me, that's just not my medium of choice, but I do admire those who are good at it and enjoy it for that sake and not the trying to shift your actual self. It has changed my view of beauty over the last 10 years or so. Now that I have 2 daughters, and which I would treat it differently to teach my daughters about beauty, is you don't need other things to be beautiful. You are beautiful. This isn't something you need to not do if you're interested in it, and you know, something special for a special occasion. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. That's pretty much how I treat it now. Sometimes I will even pay to get my makeup done by a professional so I don't have to buy all of the makeup and the supplies. And if it's a big event, like even for my wedding, I just paid to have my makeup done. I had it done pretty naturally, but that way I didn't have to go out and get all of the supplies. I do have a single mascara that's like a tester size, and I also have some concealer in a tester size, as well as a lip gloss that's in a bright red that I use for cheeks in a really small quantity as well. And these come from ethical brands. I've used 100% pure, which is made of fruit pigments. I don't love that one as much anymore, and those go bad pretty quickly. But I do like Toups & Company Organics, and that's a United States brand, and the lady who leads the business is really great, and I've just had great experience with them and their skincare and all of their makeup products. But for the time being, I'm pretty happy with not wearing makeup, and I don't really see myself changing that as far as how I perceive it now, but I'm open to that in the future if I really want to get into it. But as of now, I feel so much more myself. My skin feels great, and I really enjoy just living as myself every day. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a good one. Bye.